Welcome to My New Earth and Your New Earth portal. All of the videos on this platform are going to be sharing different visions and ways that I see the world as I'm on the new earth now. And a lot of people are talking about the new earth and what it will feel like. And to focus on it and to live in it now is what brings it forth. So let's get started. I'm filming this first episode in my greenhouse. It's Saturday morning, and I have this tradition with my cats, Moonji and Baba, where we go into the greenhouse and I put my bikini on and I lay out and they run around and chase the birds and the chipmunks that have gotten into the greenhouse. And that way I get my morning solar charging with my cells and they get to play with their hunting instincts. So that's why I'm in a bikini in a greenhouse. You're joining us for our Saturday morning ritual. It's actually also our Sunday morning ritual, depending on the weather. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow on Sunday, so I don't think I'll be in here in a bikini then. But I want to come out. I want to come out as who I truly am and how I've been. I've gone through a few moments on earth that have scared me into talking about who I truly am. And now I want to put anything that's attached to a fear-based program out back to the sun to be transmuted back to light. And I want to just share my purity with everyone, to let everyone know the new earth is here and now, no longer have to wait. We can live in bliss and heaven on earth. Aquí, ahora, aquí. So I am an interplanetary being, and there's a lot of different, I just came out. There's a lot of different types of beings on this planet. A lot of them are earth-based souls, which means they came from earth. They've been reincarnating on earth. They do that over and over again. Now, then there's interplanetary species like me, where we haven't had lives on Earth before. We haven't had those past lives. We came from a totally different planet and then incarnated into human bodies to share our particular wisdom and vision with the Earth-based beings. And then there's also angelic beings that have come to kind of create and ruminate on states of peace and unconditional love. Those are the three types of beings that I'm aware of right now on the planet. I have a sense that there's other types, but maybe they're just not as prominent in population. But I really just wanted to focus on my vision as an interplanetary being, the star cluster from which I came, right? Share that with you. And then the rest of this channel is really just going to be videos like this or different shorts and things about how I'm seeing and living right now, so that you guys can see that the new earth really is here and people are living on it. I'm living on it. I'm living in heaven on earth because I have brought the wisdom from where I came and I'm applying it to my now paradigm. I am 42 sun cycles on this planet. That's how long I've been here. And it has taken me to this chapter of my existence to really live without fear in this vision, share this vision with everyone around me, and then inspire. Like, that's my soul mission, right? So first, let's talk about where I came from. I came from a star cluster. And how do I know this? So I know this because I was doing a breathwork session, which was guided, and it was over the phone. So I had my phone open. I have a flip phone. I had my phone open, and this woman on the other end was guiding me into this breath practice. And it was, that's how I was breathing with my eyes closed for 45 minutes, y'all. Now that's a really long time to maintain that level of breath. And what happened was, my consciousness completely awakened on this other star cluster. And when it awakened while I was doing that practice, then it wasn't just scarlet on earth in this body. It was scarlet on earth in this body with my higher self being completely awake. And I was then aware of her as she was still living on that star cluster. And I got to I got to walk around the cluster. I got to see what it was all about. And the basis of where I came from is it's an animal, human, nature-based planet that's all iridescent rainbow type colors. It's nothing is solid. Like you could see these huge buildings and it looked like they were built out of crystal. So they had that rainbow iridescent sheen to them. And you could almost like look through them, right? Because they were made of light. It wasn't like the 3D world where everything seemed so dense, but everything was made of light and I could see through the buildings. We had these large rainbow colored pools that we would all commune around, and we would cultivate these bubbles. We would grab this water, and the water was like gravityless. So you could grab it and you could make a sphere of it. And the sphere would look like this rainbow sphere. And then we would laugh and we would throw them down to earth, and the bubble would sink down to earth, and it would create this unconditional joy, love expression when a human walked into it. And the way that we lived on our planet, we were all on the same spiritual plane. So plants, animals, and you know, these humanoid beings like myself, we were all on the same plane. It wasn't that animals were less than, or nature was less than in consciousness. We were all on the same plane. There was open communication. And what I felt was when animals and humanoid beings live in that way, you get to share all of these different insights and perspectives, which is the essence of what creates this joyful heaven on earth like feeling. And so I don't remember the discussion of why I decided to come to the planet at this time, but this is the great awakening for all of us. And during that breathwork session, I realized, oh my God, that's where I came from. That's why when I do past life regression sessions, I end up on this planet of stars, and there's no other like human situations to talk about. So that came into my consciousness, and then my life totally changed after that, because I started living with the dual states of consciousness, and I was able to have so many in-depth channelings, which is what brought a lot of the White Fox formulations to be, is channelings from my higher self. And she's still living on that, you know, star cluster, and she would tell me what herbs and plants to put together into certain formulations in order to share that and create more harmony and love with the collective consciousness. So White Fox, the company that I started, was all channeled formulas from my home star cluster as an interplanetary species on the earth right now. And then I started stepping into the actual physical building. So I started White Fox in Northern California. I was living in a house. I had a horse, but she was boarded 45 minutes away from me, and I wasn't living the way that I was living from where I came, and that was causing me a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. I felt disconnected. I didn't feel good, and all I could think about was, I have to live with my horse. I have to live with my horse. I have to create a life where I wake up with her, I go to sleep with her. My life is based around feeding her. I'm living, you know, like I built here at Star Walker Ranch. And if you guys haven't checked out that YouTube, please go and subscribe and check out those different situations and beautiful moments I've shared on the Star Walker Ranch YouTube channel. The thing about YouTube is you can't have two subjects on one channel, or I would have just started putting these videos on the Star Walker Ranch YouTube. But the Star Walker Ranch YouTube is basically horse ranch based, homestead based. So that's the subject I have to stick to on that channel in order for it to go out to people. That's why I started a new channel that's only going to be New Earth teaching based. So for all the spiritual seekers, you will be found, because I've divided and now I'm focused in YouTube's algorithm. So basically, as an interplanetary species, I could feel that my mission is to create the same life I had on my star cluster here on Earth, and then broadcast that vision out to the masses, hence the new platform, right? So now I'm on the broadcast spectrum of my mission, and that's what I'm doing here with you guys right now. So yay, welcome. The whole point, like when I hear people talking about the new earth and the new earth is coming, or it's always that it's not in the present yet. And I myself used to think, okay, like what's this going to be like? Like, is a whole new earth going to show up and then we're going to jump over onto it, and that's only going to be peace and nice people over there? And then all the meanies get to say on the old Earth, bleh. But it's not like that. So what I've now come to see through a vision is that the new Earth is here right now, but it's inside of us and it's in our consciousness. And when we start focusing that I am on the new Earth here and now, and this is how I shall live on the new Earth, and making that commitment to only share love, peace, joy, kindness, compassion, forgiveness. And that's the mainstay of all of your emotional states. And that's what you share with the world. You enter the new Earth. You enter it internally, vibrationally, and then the external will start to mirror that that's your physical reality. That's how the new Earth has been born. It does take consistent mental focus in order for one to step into the new Earth. And it does take, it takes the energy of saying no in the moment. If you start thinking negative thoughts in your head, or you start criticizing yourself or someone else, to say no, and then to choose a more loving thought. And it takes that reconstruction of your thought patterns and your brain systems to actually have it harmonize. I've been here on this ranch for 3 years. It's just now harmonizing. I was committed to having this be my reality, and I'm not saying that's how long it's going to take for everyone else. I'm saying that's how long it took me to let go of the heavier, dense feelings that I felt, the traumas that I experienced from being a human in this world, letting them go to really step in and have that closer connection with my higher self in my physical reality. Now I've crossed a certain threshold, and it does have to do with this April 8th solar eclipse that's coming up, right? That has opened a portal for lighter energy to be more prominent on the Earth's atmosphere. And I think that's what catalyzed me into waking up again and being like, I'm already there. This is happening. I need to stop focusing on creating it. I need to get out of, I have to create this, into the energy of, I'm here and it's awesome. So welcome to the New Earth portal. This is my new Earth. Everyone is going to have their own new Earth to live on. Everyone's going to have their own vision. There's a bunch of other interplanetary species that I know that are also living in their own new Earth right now. So I know it's not just me. And if you want to find out where you came from, if you are an Earth-based soul, or if you are an interplanetary-based soul, you can. You can find it out through hypnosis, past life regression. You can find it out through breathwork sessions. You can set your intention in a meditation to have that revealed to you. You just need to ask, and the answer will be given. Moonji is from my home planet. It's actually a star cluster. It's not a planet. But I love you. I came from there. Huh, Moonji? He's my spirit guide. I got a little out of shape during the winter because I love to stay cozy and watch movies and eat snacks. It's like, I love cozy. I love cozy resting. So I did that so much during the winter. And Moonji is a spirit guide from my home star cluster. And he knew I was out of shape. So yesterday, when we went for a walk, there's this fence line to my neighbor's property. And the only rule is that no one can cross the fence line. It's not our land. And he jumped under the barbed wire. He knew I would go through the barbed wire and chase him. And so he was doing these zigzags, which was making me do like this CrossFit pattern. I was like running, and then I was ducking, and I was diving through the barbed wire, and then I was running, and then I was ducking. And after like 3 minutes, I was like, holy shit. I was smoking so much that, I need to get back into shape. I need to start doing cardio again. And he looked at me, and we can talk without saying words. And he was like, yeah, you're out of shape. Come on, let's go. So he basically did a training session with me, and he ran back and forth, and he wanted me to follow him. And then after 15 minutes, I was like, I'm good. Let's just pick this back up tomorrow, bro. But things like that is what starts happening when you remove external programming from your parents and how you were raised and society. Then the wholeness of your higher self starts to shine through you. And when that happens, animal to human communication happens, animal to plant communication happens. We all have these abilities. They're definitely not special. They're just God-given. And we're all able to do whatever we want in the unseen world. In fact, the unseen world is the most prominent world there is. It's 99% of our reality. The dense 1% that you can see with these human eyes, that's all it is 1% of our entire reality. That's a trip, right? So a lot of my pathway of getting to this place has been ignoring what these eyes see, tapping into my unseen visions in my head and in my heart coherence, and then living in that place and overlaying that vision onto this denser 3D world. And then slowly over time, that vision is what I start living in. It's pretty darn cool. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of my coming out. And please subscribe to this channel, share it, help get this supported. I'm going to be praying that we reach millions and millions of people and let people know that the new earth is here right now. Choose your thoughts wisely. Choose the energy that you have inside of yourself. And then allow that to be what's shared. Allow that to then be reflected back to you as the new earth experience for you here and now. Love you guys.